analysis of variance. Okay, just started with that is summarizing the entire thing which we have discussed in the earlier class. We have a single variable, that is systolic blood pressure, without any gender or any socioeconomic status, age. We have calculated as a one sample test. Thereafter we have segregated that systolic blood pressure based on genders, or we can classify based on जितना पैसा है जितना ज्यादा blood pressure, isn't it? तो ऐसा नहीं है, अंबानी ये रोज दवा नहीं खाते होंगे, इंटेलिजेंट आदमी है वो, ठीक है. नाउ देयर इज ऑलवेज वी आर सर्चिंग ऑफ वन थिंग, व्हाट इज कॉल्ड cause for the variability, isn't it? So first we assume there is no variability, one sample, then we say gender specific variability, studies was good enough. The last day talk, sir was saying some sort of thing. मान लीजिए हमारे पास 4 कॉम्पिटिटिव ग्रुप है. मेरे केस में क्या क्या हो सकता है, मान लो ट्रीटमेंट हो सकता है, कोई फैक्टर्स बोले चाहे लेबल बोले, जैसे वेल्थ स्टेटस. आप लोगों को क्या सोच के लगता है, जो गरीब है उसकी बीपी बढ़ती उड़ती होगी या नहीं? बढ़ती है. और कम पैसा ज्यादा पैसा वालों को ज्यादा पैसा वालों को ज्यादा बढ़ता है. दैट्स व्हाई दैट इज कॉल्ड नल हाइपोथेसिस. सर मुझे लगता है, इजंट इट? आई थिंक दैट इज क्लियर. नल हाइपोथेसिस क्या होगी? ओके, व्हाट शुड बी द अल्टरनेटिव? कैसे? इसीलिए बोला ना, खुद नहीं गेस करना है, पेपर में जाकर पढ़ना है. अभी तक वेल्थ इंडेक्स पे जो स्टडीज है वो क्या बताती है हमें? ओके, दैट इज ए सब्सटेंशियल एविडेंस. तो नल एंड अल्टरनेटिव हैज अ सिंगल गैप, एविडेंस लेस, एविडेंस विथ. सिंस वी हैव नो एविडेंस, मैथमेटिक्स वाले इसको नल बोलते हैं, नल वॉइड. ओके, वी आर लैकिंग विद द नॉलेज. वेयर एज अल्टरनेटिव इज अपोजिट ऑफ दैट वन. व्हाट इज दैट? विथ एविडेंस. तो हमारी एविडेंस में तो बड़ी अच्छी हिसाब थी, तो हमारे पास 4 लोग आ गए, ए बी सी डी. तो हमने क्या क्या कैलकुलेशन पढ़ा था? टी टेस्ट, ए से बी कर लो, बी से सी कर लो, सी से डी कर लो, फिर ए से बी, जितना हो सकता है हिसाब में पढ़ लो. इतने सारे कॉम्बिनेशंस होंगे. डोंट थिंक इन द रिवर्स वे. ओके, दैट इज पॉसिबल. ए में से बी कंपेयर किया तो बी से ए भी कंपेयर करो, जैसे हस्बैंड वाइफ के झगड़े में होता है. तुम अगर उससे कंपेयर किया, मैं भी तो दूसरे से कंपेयर करूंगी. इजंट इट? इज दैट क्लियर? Okay, now how many combination is possible? We are always taking 2 samples. What is the calculation procedure? Number of factor n, c 2. How many variables we have considered? 4. c means combination with 2. How much it will be? 6. 6 बार टेस्ट करना पड़ेगा. जो क्लिक किया था 6 बार करो. आसान है? आसान है ना? उसने पूछा था ना कैटेगरीज में कौन सा, जेंडर में पूछा था ना, रेंज कितना है, 1 से 2, 2 से 3, 3 से 4, करते रहे दिन भर बैठ के. काम तो है नहीं कुछ हमारे पास, ये बेकार करने के लिए बैठे. अगर हम ये करते हैं तो इसमें कोई खराबी है? क्या खराबी है? हर बार आ रहा है तो वो अकेले में झगड़ा है ना. ए से बी कर रहा है, बी से सी का कोई लेना देना है ही नहीं. विल इंक्रीज. कितना? लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस इंक्रीज. अल्फा विल इंक्रीज. ओके, लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस. लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस मतलब एक तरफ बोलते हैं सिग्निफिकेंस, दूसरी तरफ बोलते हैं एरर. ये क्या है? एक तो पहले लोगों ने स्टैटिस्टिक्स में लोगों को परेशान करना छोड़ रहा नहीं है. जब आपको 1 माइनस अल्फा ही लिखना है तो अल्फा को क्यों नहीं 95% बोलते हैं हम? क्यों? हमें बताना एरर ही है, लेकिन ऐसा बताओ ताकि लोग डरे रहे. इसीलिए लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस लिखकर 1 माइनस कर देते हैं. तो निकालते 95% और लिखते हैं 5%. Isn't it? That is quite confusing. We always keep on writing alpha is equal to 5%, but calculated with and interpreted with 95% accuracy. Isn't it? Now, how it will increase? दिख रहा है? 1 minus 0.5 to the power, कितना combination था? 6. Okay. Then 1 minus, how much it will be? Approximate 26%. What it says? We started with an error of 5%. And how much it is? Good exercise. Isn't it? Like we did in case of birth weight. A person can make a human baby to an elephant baby, or may make it as a ant or any kind of kit. Does it make any sense? कौन चाहता है अपनी स्टडी को बर्बाद करना? ठीक है? Means the cause of variability is not increasing only the variability, that will also increases your error rate that you have presumed in the started of the study. हमने स्टार्ट किया था 5% पे, अब हो गया ये ओनली 5 टाइम्स हो गया. तो ये स्टडी किया, हमने ब्लंडर कर दिया. अब हम बहुत स्पेसिफिक हैं. सेकंड थिंग, ए और बी वाले में सबने चेक कर लिया था ना, कौन बड़ा है कौन छोटा है. अब इसमें कौन बड़ा है कौन छोटा है कैसे पता है? सर ये तो हम बता ही देंगे. नहीं बता देंगे. जस्ट स्टार्ट. केवल 3 लिखा है, ए की वैल्यू नहीं लिखी, बी की वैल्यू नहीं लिखी, डिफरेंस इज 3, आर दे सेम और नॉट? नॉट, 3 यूनिट्स का डिफरेंट है। According to 3, the difference between A and B and D and E is same, isn't it? किसी को कोई डिफरेंस दिख रहा है? मैं थोड़ा सा आसान करता हूं। ये सिस्टोलिक बीपी था, 123 से 120 घटा दो, कितना हो गया? कितना ब्लड प्रेशर में चेंज हुआ? नॉर्मल ही है ना, ब्लड प्रेशर क्या बोलेंगे इसको? नॉर्मल। मैं नीचे लिखता हूं 9.0 से 6.0, कोई डिफरेंस? 3, ये HbA1c है। Is this same? Can you imagine? Always that word differences created a huge chaos in our understanding. First case में systolic blood pressure is normal and the other person has the normal systolic. Whereas in the case of second case, difference is still 3. But what was the situation? Top class diabetes versus no diabetes. Is this 3 unit difference is same? Not at all. Therefore, we should be very careful while discussing about the cause of variability and its impact. When we add that word impact, means we are drilling ourselves in terms of clinical perspective. That's why, how many of you have reviewed any pathological report? देखा ना, अपना तो टेस्ट कराए होगा ना, रिपोर्ट रहता है, समरी रहती है, बेचारा वही करता है, डॉक्टर साहब नहीं जाते करने के लिए। लेकिन देयर इज ए नोट, प्लीज कोरिलेट द वैल्यूज विद द क्लियर। क्यों? जिस बंदे ने एनालिसिस किया उसने पूरे किट को पकड़ के इसमें सिस्टम में डाल दिया, उसने पेशेंट देखा, whether that person has individually reviewed that patient? Not at all. Okay, but the doctor has that accessibility to correlate whether that reading is fluctuated, elevated or matching with the fundamentals or not. Okay, therefore these measures are very much significant and we can't say these 3 units is normal. There is always exist a cause for the variability, and to search that and to get it evident, statisticians are there. Statistician can't do anything, जैसे हमने किया था, without some set of tools, because neither we are pathologists nor we are the clinicians. We are those who add the sense to the data. Okay, how it does. आ गया ना 26%, अब इसको तो हटाना है। इसी हटाने के चक्कर में एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस का नाम आ गया। अभी तक हम यही कर रहे थे, बट हमने उसका नाम कभी एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस नहीं दिया। Then we are going to say if there is a difference in the mean, the only reason that exists is the variability. It's not other than that. Okay, the analysis of variance talks about that. Cause was the variability. What are the possible causes? When one should use? When you have more than 2 categories to compare, as we have discussed. If there is test between A and B, do you need any standard tool? आंख से दिख रहा था ना अभी तक, हम लोगों ने किया ना उसको, मेल का ज्यादा है, फीमेल का ज्यादा है, किसी ने पूछा, अच्छा तुम देख के बताओ तो, we can assess by ourselves. When we have more than 2 categories, we can't say blindly what is the reason for the difference. A is better, B is better, or the cause for the variability with the same variability level. Okay? If you have more than 2 categories, then and only after that, ANOVA. Some of the studies says that, okay, you can go with the 2 categories also. That is good. Then why to make ourselves complicated? Like we are doing. पहले alpha 5 लेते हैं, then 1 minus घटाते हैं, लास्ट में 95% बोलते हैं। क्या बकवास है? Then say directly, मैं अपने आप को 95% accurate रख रहा हूँ। Is it? But we are statisticians, we can't teach you everything like school days. Otherwise, you become our teacher. Okay? We should serve our department also, na? Isn't it? Then, what we wanted to see, okay, you have some set of means corresponding to each categories. What is the cause for the variability? Is that variability significant or not? Okay? The story starts with a single one-way ANOVA. Where we have ended? 2 independent t-tests. Is that clear? The same thing? From that I am continuing. What I am doing? Corresponding to each group, okay, if you split in the 2 sub-classification, like assume that the situation is that male, female, and then you ask aware about the systolic hypertension, yes or no. We can do. In both of the cases, you are going to check that systolic blood pressure. Now, I have just get an intuition. Whose blood pressure will be higher, male or female? intuitions among male or among female. There are two categories. We are sub-classifying. How many of them will be more aware or unaware? In case of awareness and unawareness about that systolic blood pressure or hypertension, male 2 categories, female 2 categories. Whom you think that will be more aware? Males will be more aware. तो मरते क्यों हैं बेचारे? We know ना, okay? The death due to the heart attack is higher among why? Because they can bear wife. Wife can't bear any another wife. Okay? They have to take na. They are taking that risk. I have to sustain with another opposite strong genders. Okay? In the Indian Hindu ideologies, great powers are always given to the women. Men always lacking and stand behind. क्या करेंगे बेचारे? जगह ही नहीं मिलता. Okay? This is how the theory is going on. Then male aware versus unaware, female aware versus unaware. Okay? If we talk about the awareness, females are more. Okay? But if you think about your daily life, how many of you have seen that mothers are more conscious about their health? Then how the awareness will be high? Isn't that stuck our intuitions? Males are more serious. क्यों? 5 लोगों के बीच में बैठे क्या बात है तुम्हारी तबीयत ठीक नहीं लग रही है? If you say some sort of thing 5 times, वो कल ही जाके दिखा लेगा हॉस्पिटल में. ठीक है? If you same thing ask to your mother or the any female, they have justification. अरे कल लेट से खाना खाया था. अगर घर में पूजा था, बच्चे जगने नहीं सोने नहीं देते. Okay? Lots of cause you can listen from the mothers. Okay? The first thing, diet was not proper, hectic schedule, irregular routines. Okay? They have some sort of justification, therefore they are less aware. Okay, the male have more social interaction, therefore they keep on updating themselves because social involvement. Now we have some segregation. What is that? Male, female is segregated into male with aware, unaware, aware, unaware, aware, unaware. Okay, now we have the 3 categories to compare. Now just think, rather than the gender, I am thinking about occupation. Okay, or wealth index, as I told. How many categories that will be? At least 3. Poor, middle class and rich. Or in your variable there are 5 categories according to NFHS. Poorest, then poor, then middle, richer, and Ambani class, that is richest. Okay? That is not very easy to compare. How much categories we have? In the earlier case that was good enough, male, female. Now we have 3 different categories. Then in that case, again we have to compare. 1 with 2, 2 with 3, and 1 with 3. If you do using t-test, then what will the error? 1 minus 0.5 to the power 3. That will again increases our power. What is this? Okay, that will also increase our variability. Then how we can make ourselves so precise, we can make then estimate maintaining that 5% level of variability or error. Okay, that set of tools is known as ANOVA. Okay, how you can spoil someone's brain by critical mathematics so that they will always approach to the statistician and their economy will sustain. Okay, like what is the difference between private professionals and government professionals in healthcare? What is the difference? Private, if you consult any private doctor, what he will say? Even though you recovered, come and tell. Where is the government? If you recovered, don't come. Already rush is there. I am not going to spoil my time because additional patient I have to review. Okay? This is the usual practice, na? Therefore, they will keep doctors are both अच्छे हैं. He is good enough. Okay? This is some sort of thing. Okay? Even in terms of consultation, also you can see that variability. If you consult any government professional, you visit any department. This is a random. That is a guess. You can also review. Government doctor, क्या हुआ है? They just start writing according to your prescription. Mention the test or medicines. Now just you consult the private doctors. और कोई परेशानी है? They will recommend 3 different departments. You should consult this one, isn't it? This is how the practice is going on. See, you came for the cardiac assessment. They will review in the endocrinology, then some more department or neurological भी हो सकता है. आप एक बार दिखा लो. You should consult a neurologist also. But what is your exact problem? भाई मुझे तो सीने में दर्द था. ये कहाँ से आ गया? ठीक है, माथे में दर्द हो जाएगा. Exactly. Okay. Where is if this is a government department? They know he has to struggle a lot. Start this medicine. Don't come again. Okay. This is how the practice is going on. We have to reduce by some means. Okay, it depends. Therefore, we statistician keep some of the tools which is hidden. Okay, I just want to uncover these hidden tools. This is simple school mathematics which we do in different names. Now, what is the independent outcome here? Independent variable? The category you have chosen, isn't it? That is a wealth index, like Ambani's son. Whether you know, he will born in that with golden spoon, but he born with good health, but now he is losing day by day. Now, what is the dependent variable? Your response variable on which you want to explore the cause for the variability. Okay, what is that one? In our case, that is HB or systolic blood pressure. In our case, we have considered socioeconomic status. In gender, we will write low, middle, or high. Some of the assumption that is very much required. First thing, what is that? Random and independent to each other. Okay, means the categories you have considered that should be independent. Some characteristic that is also beared by the female, then in that case that should not be considered. Like face wash. Face wash. I want to ask face wash. If someone say you are looking handsome, they will start polishing their face. Oh my God, I should maintain. Okay, isn't it? Even have you seen that beautification cream? Handsome has different, beauty has different. They have man's cream than female's cream. Okay, there is also a discrimination. Even in the umbrella, if someone is taking that pink type of umbrella, they will say, "Okay, औरत वाला umbrella लेके घूम रहा है." Oh my God, the company don't know that whether they are making for that particular gender or not. If it is not for the male, then it should be narrow. If it is for the female, that should be broader. Why? The purchasing stuff will be higher in females than that of males. Okay. Your umbrella should be good enough in size. Now something, first thing, the categories you have considered should be independent. Okay, forgot about that random. That is very complex thing. Okay, and corresponding to each syllabus, that should be equally distributed. Equally means containing the same characteristic. That should not mix up. One more dangerous, that is that normality. Oh my God, that normality is attached with the entire life. Okay, but no one knows what is called normal. Okay. But we are still struggling, and you assume one more thing. What is that? Corresponding to each cause, the variability is almost equal. Okay, equal, or you better to say similar. We can't control now. In the case of male and female, can you say they have similar variability? More or less, statistically closer variability. Okay, how that do? Just consider 3 groups. Okay, this is a set of measurements. What are the tools one should? Now, based on their mean, this graph is there. Is that visible? क्या देख के लग रहा है? This is a group mean. If you, without considering anything, that is one sample test. What is the average mean? 5.3. Who is closer to 5.3? Third group. Then, who is far? Quite far? Second. And who is below? Okay, that is visible now. Can anyone say what is the reasoning? We have segregated. There must be 2 things. Can we compare? If you start comparing, whose gap is high? There are 2 problems. To whom I should compare? Within them or with this 5.3? There are 2 different comparisons there. If I compare group 1 with group 2, makes some sense. Group 2 with group 3, that makes some sense. Where that another group mean is there. 5.3, where it will come. Again, I have to repeat the same thing for the entire analysis. That is quite mathematically tedious job. This is a set of tools which first start reporting that mean. This is the most friendly, and from your childhood we are writing that mean. Can anyone tell? First time you have experienced that word mean? In childhood, have you heard? Class? Class 8. Class 8? Okay, good. How many of you have get any result in your childhood? From class 8 only you started getting your results. Then how you reached the class 8? Class 7 marks it? What is that average? This is a mean. The day we born, we are born with some word average. How that started? First thing average is weight. Normal है बच्चा. कैसे पता normal है? 2.5 kg average. You are compared with 2.5 kg. Then you got enrolled in schools. Then again, क्या हो जाता है ये बच्चे? Okay. Thereafter, another mean since your school days is started, based on your performance. That average is also regarded as a mean. Same formula. Total कितना score था, कितना का परीक्षा होता, 100 से multiply करें. That percentage, that is also is average. We are by born, we are dealing with the average. Even though we don't know who is our father or mother, at least, but we know that our weight was normal. If you are not getting, then the father will pick up and say, normal लग रहा है. Home deliveries, isn't it? How they will judge underweight or overweight? 2.5 किलो का तो होगा. Okay, we are dealing with some sort of scenarios because we are Indians. Okay, we should feel proud. First thing of comparison is the general mean. Okay, general mean. Now you started doing one thing. Corresponding to each group, you calculate the mean. This is how we did in the 2.5, 8, then 5.5. Okay, there are two means. One is without any grouping, one within grouping. First stage completed. Second stage. Now, sum of squares. Sum of squares means just see what is written there. Each values with general mean without any discrimination. The way we calculate the standard deviation. This is that. Now, between groups, this is some sort of formula which we are following for each of the group. As many steps were calculated. Just. Okay, then what you will get in the end? Whether there is a significant difference between group, within group. This is two answers. The cause of variability can be of two types. Within my own group, there is a cause of variability which is significantly high. That's why I'm not matching with others. Second thing, one group with another group, that is same 3 unit difference, but they are not same. The reason for the variability is quite high. In both of the case, an analysis of variance will help. Now, one thing that you required is who is higher to whom. That is an additional test which we have not discussed yet. Okay? If you want to proceed all these procedures, that is not an easy task. But if someone wants to do and check, that is possible, then how one should do?